So these are statistics on the governor's bill actions during the 2025 California legislative session. On the last day, which was October 13th, 2025, Governor Newsom finished reviewing the 917 bills that were sent to his desk during the 2025 calendar year. That includes 913 regular session bills and 4 special session bills. That figure, 917, was roughly in the middle in terms of the number of bills reaching the governor's desk during his 7 years in office. Now, of the 917 bills he acted on, he signed 794 and vetoed 123. That's a veto rate of 13.4%, a few percentage points lower than normal. Of the special session bills, there was 1 assembly bill and 3 Senate bills. So 4 reached the governor's desk. He signed all 4 of them, and all 4 of those bills were authored by Democratic legislators. So let's look at the 913 plus the 4, so 917 that reached the governor's desk. Of the 913, by the way, regular session bills, 549 were ABs and 364 were SBs. Okay, so overall, for signed bills, 917, the governor signed. That's 86.6% of the bills that reached his desk were signed. 476 were ABs. That's 60% of the total signed bills. And 318 were Senate bills, 40% of the signed bills. Of the 476 ABs that were signed, 79% authored by Democrats, 13% authored by Republicans, 8% were committee bills. Now, of the 318 Senate bills that were signed into law, 79%, all the same, were authored by Democrats. Just 8.8% were authored by Republicans, and the remaining 12.2 were committee authored bills. On vetoed bills, there were 123 of them in total. The governor vetoed 13.4% of the bills that reached his desk. 74% were assembly bills, and that's 60% of the total of vetoes. And 49 were SBs or Senate bills, so 40% of the total vetoed bills were authored by senators. Of the 74 ABs, 90.5% authored by Democrats, 9.5% authored by Republicans. Of the 49 SBs that were vetoed, 98% were authored by Democrats, 2% of them were authored by Republicans.